Do you think there should be more than 2 genders in America?
Yeah, I don't know what that executive order means. I don't know what the president declared.
It means there are 2 genders, male and female. Do you disagree with that?
How many genders are there, Harry?
Yeah,
come on, little guy. How many genders are there?
Again, these guys don't know what they're talking about, so they won't be able to answer.
How many genders are there?
How many genders are there, Harry?
How many genders are there?
What's the legal? I'm gonna use Joe Biden's answers. At least 2. At least 2. That satisfies.
Well, how many more are there than male, female?
That's a TikTok answer.
No, there's at least 2.
Yeah.
There's at least 2.
Well, now hang on. There's male and female.
It's like human brain
Donald
rot.
Trump says there's male and female. There are 2.
Okay, Dave.
How many more are there after male and female, Harry?
There's at least 2. Now, anyway, let me get back to
how
many more are there?
What are the other ones?
There's at least 2.
What are the other ones?
Harry, let's try it this way. You're a female. What is the other gender?
It's so funny. It's so funny how these conservatives just get time to lie on this show, but when I'm speaking, they all interrupt and there's no problem.
You've just been asked a very simple question, Harry.
Conversation with Pierce, not you, Mr. Combe-over. Relax for me.
Harry,
Take a breather.
you simply
Thank
got
you so
asked
much.
if there are at least 2 genders, how many more are there than male and female?
Piers, you asked me about Donald Trump's executive order. I'm trying to explain how legally it makes absolutely no sense and it's going to get sued in court. Then we go into culture wars with Dave Rubin and this Ferguson guy asking how many genders are there. I'm trying to answer your question. They're screaming their faces off your issues that don't fucking matter.
I'm asking you.
Oh God, this child.
I'm asking you, Harry. How many genders are there?
I'm answering your question.
Harry,
Piers, I've answered your question.
Harry, how many genders are there?
That was beautiful, honestly. Harry Sisson getting exposed for what he believes in. Honestly, we all know he's a fraud and he's a paid actor paid by the Democratic Party to spread lies all over social media. Let's watch.
Piers Morgan did Harry Sisson absolutely dirty with this question.
Harry, I want to talk to you specifically about TikTok because your biggest following is on TikTok. So until the weekend, you must have been sweating away because your whole power base on that platform was about to disappear. And then the Lone Ranger arrives to save the day. Do you want to take this opportunity to thank President Trump for saving TikTok for you, therefore personally enriching it?
Yeah, so I've said previously that if Donald Trump or anybody, any politician, saves TikTok and prevents it from a ban, I'll give them credit that they deserve. But I also think it's important to point out. Yeah, I mean, I'm not absolved of that.
So do you want to say thank you, Donald, at this stage or not?
Oh no, I would never thank a for anything. I don't think.
Well, credit.
I do want hold on.
Do you think one of those...
That was terrible, honestly. We all know it was all Donald Trump that saved TikTok from getting banned.
Influencer source paid off as Harry Sisson?
Definitely. I think Harry Sisson is one of those. I think the FEC records show that he's a paid shill. One of the biggest things that I think exposed him for was after the Biden debate, he said Biden won the debate. No one in their right mind thought Biden won that debate. Biden didn't think he won the debate. Biden didn't even know he was at the debate.
Even David Pakman, who I just had on, said Biden lost that debate. So that's when you know he's paid off.
You heard it right there. Harry Sisson is a paid shill.
Yeah, we all know you're paid by the Biden administration, but this is what real panic looks like. Hope you enjoy your visit from the Secret Service.
Donald Trump's campaign manager just threatened me on social media. I'm not joking. In response to the immunity decision from the Supreme Court this morning, I said on Twitter, according to the Supreme Court, Biden can now send in SEAL Team 6 to take them all out. He could send in the military to take out Trump. He has immunity for official acts now. Psycho. Trump's campaign manager, Chris LaCivita, responded to me by saying, expect a visit. Now, what do you think that means? Are they saying they're going to send their guys to my house to try to keep me quiet so I won't advocate against their candidate? Is that what he's implying here? Trump said he wants to be a dictator on day one. This really is the perfect summary of the Trump campaign. Their candidate is so terrible that they have to resort to tactics like this. I won't be quiet. We see Donald Trump for what he is, a con man, a fraud, and a convicted felon.
Make sure you leave a like on this video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below for more daily news.
That's wild. We can say the same thing about the Democratic Party, honestly. That's completely terrible. Bad day.
Remind everybody that this is not a political issue. This is not left or right. Violence has no place in politics, and it is never acceptable, no matter the circumstance.
Oh, Harry. Harry, was that you talking about how, according to the Supreme Court, Biden could take out Trump with the SEAL team if he wanted to and have immunity? That wasn't you peddling violence against Donald Trump in politics? Wasn't you? Oops.
Harry Sisson has a message for us.
It's crazy how it's only been a month and Trump supporters are already regretting their vote. We told you so.
Oh, cool. cool, bro. Cool leather jacket. Oh, you a little buzzed off a vodka soda lime. What's getting picked up feel like?
What's weighing 120 like? People toss you around? They play catch with you?
You sit in the car seat, or are you able to handle the impact of the airbag if you were to get into an accident?
My thing is, Harry Sisson, I think this type of guy doesn't know what a Trump voter is. They have like this meme in their mind of like this racist, mean, hateful something, and he can't conceptualize it, and then so he makes up a scenario where everyone's mad at Trump after nothing happened so far. Everyone's just eagerly awaiting his return, and I don't think anyone's like, oh man, this is really horrible and bad so far. I hate this. So the whole left, all they have, it's like a bunch of people playing on an NBA game and someone yelling from the 300 level like, hey, this game sucks. You know? Exactly. He's got no stake. He's got no influence in the game. It's over.
Base! That was super base and really funny, honestly.
The Republicans don't want criminals in the country, but they want one in the Oval Office. Got it.
Ooh, he got me. Republicans, conservatives, he got you. I don't know how you're going to come back from that, frankly. I mean, I know you're not from here, right?
I was born in Singapore, and then I moved to Dubai, and I lived there for 5 years. I moved to Dublin, Ireland, lived there for around 9.
So you're not exactly loyal to the American soil in the first place, so you might not know this about our country, but we actually stand against prosecuting our political opponents. This new reality where you get to say that Trump is a felon and act as if that's anything but an indictment on your own party and their willingness to bring forth charges against their political opponents and still lose, imagine that.
Like straight white guys between the ages of 18 and 29, like myself, supporting Donald Trump because, like, do you guys not realize how bad a Trump victory would be for you?
I know this little boy sitting up here in his favorite MAC blush, right? That baby pink, that soft petal pink, right? Pussycat pink. I know this little boy did not just sit up here with that on and say, I am straight. This little boy is fruitier than a farmer's market. This little boy is fruitier than a fruit basket. And how exactly would it be an L for straight, let me try not to laugh now, for straight white males of your age group? I mean, y'all are the ones going to get drafted if Trump doesn't win. And that can sound hyperbolic, but you know what isn't hyperbolic is the only president in my lifetime for no new wars, Trump.
Oh, that was super funny, honestly. She did a great commentary on this. And Trump is right and Harry Sisson is wrong.
And do you believe, Harry, finally, do you believe in your heart that Joe Biden is the right person to lead the Democrats into the election in November? And do you believe he can win?
He can win. He's going to win. And as Vice President Harris said, we don't let a 90-minute performance negate 3.5 years of progress. Biden's the only man who has beaten Donald Trump, and he's going to do it again. And I'm looking forward to convicted felon Donald Trump facing justice.
Why are you the only person I've heard in the last 24 hours who's not crying because the performance was so horrendous on the Democrat side?
That's obvious because he's a paid actor. He's paid by the Democratic Party to spread their narrative all over social media. That's totally obvious.
No, you have to talk to the people that you're surrounded by.
I'm talking about Thomas Friedman and Frank Bruni and all the Democrats. All the Democrats supporting writers for the New York Times and so on. Literally all of them. Van Jones, a sinner. They're all crying because it was so bad it brought tears to their eyes. You appear to have watched a completely different debate. You're happy. You thought it was great. He's going to win a triumphant victory. No, he's not, Harry. Wake up.
I think you're gonna
Wake
flip.
up.
I do. Like I'd put money that you
will flip at one point, but you're a smart kid and you're a believer.
I don't think so, guys.
I think because he's smart, he's gonna flip. I give it also like 4 or 5 years.
I don't.
You're very young.
Once the bigger bag comes from the
Do you think Harry Sisson is gonna flip? Do you think he's gonna become a Republican and a Trump supporter? I'm not so sure about that.
other side.
I would never even take money from the Republican Party.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't.
We'll see,
He's taking money from the Democratic Party. It's so obvious now.
I'm telling you, I would not.
Sisson signs 3-year, $20 million. That'll happen one day.
Yeah. No, I'm firm in this. I'm firm in this. Like, there's just like morals and values I align with that are far more with the Democratic Party than the Republican. You can't support this Republican Party. It's not the Republican Party of like your father or even like 10 years ago.
Trump wins.
And I can say the same thing about the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is not what it was a few years ago. Unfortunately, it has now fallen to the extreme, to the far left, and their complete horrendous narrative and woke agenda and the donor class. They are not working for the working class, unfortunately, anymore.
Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris.
Emily, we're partying. We're having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
You're putting all your eggs in one basket right now.
Yeah, I'll accept the election results and tell people like, you know, he won. I'll obviously be very disappointed if Donald Trump wins. But if the people speak and the democracy works as intended, then like I'm a big proponent of democracy. Like that's what the people chose.
You gotta applaud Harry Sisson for that, to admit that the Democratic Party failed, that it was defeated, that Biden lost, that Kamala Harris was a terrible candidate, and that Donald Trump ultimately won and is the new president. Bravo, Harry Sisson, for admitting your defeat. That's a great redeeming quality. He is not a sore loser. That's good. That's good to hear. Let me know what you think about Harry Sisson. Do you think he is paid by the Democratic Party? Obviously, I think so. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Write down below your thoughts about this. I really appreciate you being here as always. I hope you enjoyed it, and click right there to watch the next video. And I will see you there. Bye bye for now.